Each and every one of us has an unlimited inner wellspring of spiritual power. You have the ability to transform, create, and heal anything upon which you set your heart and mind. Join me, Sarah Hall, as we learn how to uplift all aspects of your life through spiritual empowerment. Enjoy weekly guided meditations, spiritual discussions on a multitude of topics, and a chance to call in to receive channeled messages from the angels on your spiritual journey. I'm Sarah Hall, and this is Through the Eyes of the Angels.
Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning into the show today. It is an honor to be connecting with you as always. And I have been really excited about this show because today we're going to be discussing what I have found throughout the years to be one of the most therapeutic forms of spiritual practice, the practice of stillness. So today we'll be discussing stillness, including its incredible power to liberate your mind. Stillness is truly a doorway to God and to deep peace. It is perhaps one of the most valuable things that a human being can experience. And the good news is that every person has an unlimited source of it within them. In other words, we're all capable of experiencing the deep peace of stillness in each and every moment. So we will practice a guided meditation together for stillness later on in the show so that we can all share in that feeling together, which I'm super excited about. And of course, you'll get the opportunity to call in later today to ask any questions that you might have on our topic or to request an angel reading. And the number to do so is 240-979-6366. That's 240-979-6366. So you can save that for later on. So now let's begin. First of all, I'd like to just kind of ask the question, what is stillness? What is stillness? For us as human beings, stillness is the plane of awareness upon which we have access to the infinite. It is a plane of divine awareness akin to the center of source energy. It is a realm without form. It is an infinite blank canvas of divine possibility through which you may glimpse the essence of the Creator, or rather the divine creative essence within each and every one of us. To enter such an awareness is to enter our original state of being. It is to touch the very origin of all form and creation, and to have access to an infinite supply of understanding, love, and peace. The practice of stillness is therefore deeply healing, as it can return us to our original state of oneness with all, a state in which we experience that we are unconditionally safe, well, whole, and at peace and imbued with infinite love. So practicing stillness, to practice stillness, refers to focusing your mental state or allowing your mental state to enter into a pure, quiet observation. The core of your being is pure awareness. So to practice stillness is to find that core of your being and hold your being there. Hold your awareness there and simply to observe. It is to observe without attachment to one's thoughts, but rather allowing thoughts maybe to flow past you like a river that you're just observing from the riverbank. The practice of this non-attachment to thoughts and judgments or other forms allows your ego or your lower self to dissipate in its hold on your sense of what reality is. As this occurs, one might begin to observe the source of existence kind of seeping out through the cracks of one's identity. And that's truly a magical thing. We as human beings, we live in a realm of constantly moving and evolving forms. Our thoughts seem to be constantly forming one thing and then another, and our world seems to be an endless barrage of different physical and ideological things. And if one were only to be focused on the surface of the realm of form, then life might seem quite meaningless. We seem to be surrounded by this, again, barrage of stuff and things and ideas and feelings and attachments and judgments and this complex, intricate, moving drama of life. And it's not until we practice stillness, or rather take a glimpse into the substance of consciousness that lies beneath, between, and spans infinitely all around all of that, that we find the meaning. The formless stillness, the pure source of consciousness, it lends meaning and beauty to the entire dance of existence. And it really is quite a marvelous balancing act, I suppose, to be a being focused in this realm of infinite forms, and yet to practice becoming a mental container for the stillness that it all comes from. In truth, you are just as much one with the formlessness, with Source, as you are your life on planet Earth. Your practice then of stillness expands your consciousness immensely, because it can allow you to be aware of both the realm of form and formlessness at once, and perhaps to see that they are the exact same thing, that they are one. I suppose that to observe through the doors of stillness is sort of like having a foot in heaven and a foot on earth simultaneously, and allowing that to kind of shift your perspective. And we're all capable of doing this. To become stillness is a potential within each and every single conscious being, no matter when or where we seem to exist. Within each and every one of us, there lies that core of pure awareness. We all have an inner doorway to that still and quiet plane of being, within which we are one with Source, or can, even if just for a moment, merge with God, kind of like a drop of rain merging with the ocean. Stillness, this core of consciousness within you, is not of this earth. It is the part of us that is beyond it, beyond this earth. Unlike everything else we seem to experience in our earthly lives, this formless plane of awareness is infinite and unchangeable. It is eternity itself, and you are one with that. That's the miracle. Now, when we discuss the practice of stillness, oftentimes people think of meditation, of closing our eyes, perhaps stopping our thoughts and going deep inward. Meditation is indeed a path we can take to creating more awareness of this still inner presence. But how about when we aren't sitting in traditional meditation, maybe with our eyes closed, candles or incense lit and music going, etc.? Do we still have access to this state of being then? The answer is yes. You can always find your way to this stillness, so that perhaps you can live in a perspective that is rooted in that stillness. And the means to doing so is quite simple. You just find the present moment. Your inner stillness, your magical awareness of the presence of the divine in all things, is within you in each and every single present moment. So if you find that you're maybe feeling lost, distracted, or maybe you're feeling pulled down one rabbit hole of thought or mood or feeling or another, simply become aware of right now. Let yourself become aware of the only reality that truly ever is. It's right here in the present moment. It's very healing to anchor your mind in the present moment, because doing this allows you to hold the doors of your awareness open for stillness to enter in and give you access to the truth. It is very healing to remind yourself of the present moment, because it allows you to soothe your mind from the influence of the ego. It silences the nightmares, calms the stress, and reorders your beliefs about yourself and your reality to more closely reflect the simple divine truth of your beingness, your I amness. When you get beyond the ego and its distracting thoughts or limiting mental conditioning, you realize that every moment of your life has immense potential. Every single moment holds the opportunity to create a miracle. Honing your awareness in the present allows you to kind of begin to access that. And practicing stillness might make you aware of the choice that you have to live at the leading edge of creativity and of magnificence in your life. So practice getting into the present moment. Remind yourself of the present moment. Simply breathe into the present moment. That is the location of this plane of awareness that we're discussing today. So what I think is perhaps maybe one of the most magical and healing things about the practice of holding yourself in this still state of awareness is that here you can discover your true self. You can find your true identity. So if we defined what is real by that which is constant and unchanging, then none of the forms of this earthly life are in truth, quote unquote, real, and therefore not perhaps stable things to attach oneself to. You are not your mind. You are not your thoughts, your personality, your name, your story, your belongings, your achievements, or any other of these passing dreams in your mind. Observing from stillness allows you to see that you don't have a life, but you are life. You're a force of life. You are pure consciousness, and you are one with everything. Once we peel back the layers of ego, identity, and our attachment to our names, stories, things, thoughts, beliefs, and so forth, we find the core of our being. The true inner self is immortal, infinite, and it travels in and out of the doorways of life and death time after time. Getting to know that part of the self is an incredibly powerful antidote to fear. There is nothing that ever needs to upset you when you anchor yourself in your true spiritual identity as consciousness one with God. In stillness, you have the power to find your true self. Getting in touch with it can heal anything and really overcome anything. Oftentimes, if we lose touch with our inner stillness, we, in a sense, lose touch with ourselves. We might feel afraid, lost, or out of touch with our sense of meaning or purpose or fulfillment in life. You won't find meaning or purpose outside of you. It's something that will always flow from this still inner plane of the infinite. There's this quote that I really love by Rumi, and it goes, "Let the water settle, and you will see the moon and the stars mirrored in your own being." Isn't that beautiful? In other words, as you quiet the mind and allow yourself to observe, you may see that you are one with everything, that you're stardust. And that is a part of your true spiritual identity, that oneness. So I would also like to share a message that I channeled from Spirit the other day when I was doing some writing. This is what I wrote. In stillness, you will find the presence of your true divine identity. It is not the sum of your name, your story, or the role that you play, but a pure and perfect reflection of the infinite power that has given birth to all creation. You are a perfect, shining, and infinite fragment of God. You have the power to create as God creates through the intention and focus you place upon your consciousness. Do you wish to feel, know, and actively live from this, your divine creative birthright? Practice stillness. Do you wish to see reality as it is in spiritual truth? Practice stillness. For in truly seeing and understanding this reality through the eyes of the divine, all healing, peace, and salvation come rushing to you. The world as you know it has the ability to transform into a reality of absolute peace and fulfillment. You hold the power within you now to create such a world. You access this power in stillness. It is your purpose, birthright, and destiny to discover the divine truth. The path to mastering it will forever be as close to you as your own heart, for the power of stillness is ever present within. And when I channeled that message, when I wrote it, I felt and knew that it was a message for all human beings. It is our universal destiny to experience this inner magic. And I actually shared that channeled message in my monthly newsletter. So those of you that are registered for it probably heard some of those words before. And if you'd like to get my monthly newsletter where I share lots of different messages that I channel from Spirit, you can visit my website at sarahhall.com to add your name to the email list for that. But for now, I would like just for a moment to discuss the healing potential that the practice of stillness offers us. I think that this is a really important one because, as I said, in my experience, the practice of stillness is one of the most therapeutic forces that we can use in life. And I'll tell you why. Unhappiness in life does not come from the conditions outside of you. Unhappiness is not a result of outer world happenings. It is not the outer world loss or relationship or challenge that has disappointed or upset you. Unhappiness comes from your mental programming. Unhappiness comes from where you choose to focus your mind. In truth, peace and happiness are things that have all the potential in the universe to be unconditional experiences. All the potential in the universe. So rather than attaching yourself to outer, unstable, and changing forms of reality as your source of happiness, fulfillment, or support, root yourself in stillness. Root yourself in that infinite inner plane of awareness. You will thereby be rooting yourself in the very source of divine love, peace, happiness, support, and wisdom. No matter where you go, no matter what you do or what seems to be happening to you, you'll have the presence of infinity and all of its endless creative potential right there within you, right there in your pocket. Practicing stillness also generates resilience. It generates a sense of deep resilience, strength, and inspiration in the face of life's major changes, such as death or loss. When we are not attached to the impermanent forms of being, it is easier to move gracefully through the transformations of life, and even to make a friend of death, to see it as the gift of going home to our origin in oneness with the divine. Know that the more you practice stillness, the greater your container for that awareness becomes in the working of your everyday mind flow. And thereby, the greater your opportunities to experience real freedom, fulfillment, and peace of mind in the everyday. And know that the practice of observing stillness or holding space for the formless infinite in your own mental vessel, this moment of unity with all, is deeply therapeutic, even if you seem only to be in that state for but a moment in time. A single drop of this awareness has the power to feed oceans in your mind. So don't worry if you're not perfect at meditating or quieting your mind at first. Just practice this quiet, unattached observation and have faith that it is good, that the present moment always has an incredible gift to give you, and that you're simply opening your mind to receive that gift. Stillness is essentially a practice in higher consciousness. This is the very thing that the angels and other ascended beings are leading and guiding us towards. Higher beings love to access and heal us through stillness. In fact, you can connect with them most in this space, because stillness is the doorway to your realization of unity with all. And therefore, it is also the source and the home of your intuition, your way of accessing unity with all knowledge, or accessing communication with higher beings, such as the angels or ascended masters. In stillness, you're connected with oneness and thereby become one with all the wisdom, knowledge, and creative power in existence. Through practicing stillness, any one of us can come to know, understand, or create literally anything. To enter the realm of stillness is to enter a realm of infinite and pure potential. You are made in the image and likeness of the Source, and therefore you create just as it creates, from this plane of infinite potential and stillness. So if you're ever blocked for creativity, inspiration, ideas, wisdom, or solutions, practice stillness. All the answers that you could ever need are located right there. There's this other quote that I really love from the spiritual teacher Eckhart Tolle. He says, all artists, whether they know it or not, create from a place of inner stillness, a place of no mind. Isn't that beautiful? And it's true, whether we know it or not, essentially we are all artists. We are all the artists of our own life force, constantly creating and expressing from the universal fountain of divine within. Incredible intelligence and creativity inhabit and operate within this stillness. So all the knowledge and understanding you'll ever need can be accessed within you. Your inner knowledge stretches beyond the boundaries and the limitations of rational thought because it originates from this plane of infinite inner potential. So just know that as you play with this. So today, I thought that we could practice a little meditation together. And before we do so, I just wanted to say that there are many kinds of meditation out there. What we practice together on this show, if you've tuned in the past, is called guided meditation. Guided meditation is a form of meditation in which you listen to the voice of the one guiding you to help to lead you to a different state of consciousness than that of your everyday mental state. It can be very healing. Even yoga can be a form of meditation. It's a practice of disciplining stillness into the body and thereby perhaps letting that same state reach all the way into the mind and touch the spirit. And now there are also traditional forms of meditation aimed purely and simply at becoming still and quiet. In this kind of meditation, you don't need anyone to guide you. You don't need music or candles or anything else, although, of course, there's nothing wrong with using any of those kinds of things. You simply just allow your consciousness to unfold. You don't have to try hard or focus or think about stopping your thoughts, because, of course, thinking about your stopping your thoughts is a thought in a sense. You're attaching to that thought. So instead, you'll just allow and observe. You'll notice thoughts coming and going, and that's okay. Don't force anything in your mind, just sort of allow. And you might notice little dips into pure consciousness when you seem to feel nothing, as if you are in no particular place. Just breathe, allow, and relax into those little dips of nothing. Those little moments are imbued with awareness. So simply watch as they unravel. Today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be combining some of the elements of guided meditation with moments for us together to simply observe and practice stillness, that more traditional form of meditation. And I'm always so excited to do our group meditations because when we consciously connect as a group, we have the power to influence one another. We share consciousness as human beings in such a way that the state you achieve can affect those around you. So this is a very special time. We're really creating a shared spiritual space for us to be in. And know that you're sharing in that space, whether you're listening to this live or whether you're listening to this on rebroadcast or, on the podcast. So let's dive in and we'll get ready to meditate. So if you are listening in a place where you can, go ahead and get comfortable, perhaps sitting with the spine nice and aligned. Close your eyes. Begin taking in a few long, deep, healing breaths. Bringing a feeling of relaxation and presence into your physical body. Breathing and relaxing. As each muscle and joint relaxes, allow presence to fill your body. Allow yourself to observe. Take a moment just to visualize, see, and feel as a beautiful heavenly white light surrounds you. Breathe this light in and out. Allow the light to flow deep within your being. Noticing that the more you breathe this light, the more relaxed and aware you seem to become. See and feel this light illuminating your inner being. The light is shining out from every cell of your body, and it imbues every thought and feeling in your consciousness. Simply breathe and observe this. If thoughts arise, simply allow them and watch them flow past you, dissolving into the light. Notice that the more you observe and allow in this state, the easier it becomes to access what seems to be the pure core of your consciousness. Let your core begin to awaken now. As you dive into this state, simply maintain your openness and allowing. Simply observe. Take in a nice, deep, healing breath. As you do so, hold the following intention in your mind. I am one with all. Breathe and observe as you feel the intention. I am one with the divine. I am one. I am. I am. Feel your pure presence and awareness flowing all around and between the words I and am. Feel and observe that space between those words. Notice the plane of existence upon which these words live. I am. Breathe, observe, and allow. We will all take just one more deep healing breath together. And on your next deep exhale, you can gently open your eyes and shift right back into the room that you're in. Gently and easily transitioning from the meditation. Beautiful. Thank you so much for connecting with me in that beautiful space. How does that feel? Isn't it nice? I absolutely love being able to connect with you guys in that space. You can really feel the energy, feel the way that we uplift one another. And that's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. I wanted to share that if meditation is something that you want to incorporate into your spiritual practice, that there's really no wrong time of day or way, to really do it. If you want to add it in, just go ahead and give yourself permission to do so. Some of the times of day that I find to be very, very helpful for meditation are the morning, right when you wake up, because your consciousness is very, very fresh in the morning, coming right out of sleep. Your consciousness is just kind of pure. Your ego and your identity and all of your thoughts and feelings haven't really picked up the oars yet to try to swim and paddle you through the stream of life quite yet. You're still just in that lull, that state in between. So morning can be a really wonderful time to meditate. And I highly suggest, if you do choose to do so, to maybe sit up when you meditate. Sit up and find a place where your spine can feel nice and aligned and centered, and that you can begin to do that. Because if you just lie in bed, you might fall back asleep. And that's okay too. Maybe you needed that. Another great time to meditate is just before you go to bed as well. It's a wonderful thing because when you're sleeping at night, your consciousness is really marinating in the things that you're focusing on just before you fall asleep. So it can be very powerful to return to that reminder, that state of what you really are, going back to your source, going back to just any kind of peace that you find in meditation, and letting that imbue the beautiful healing time that you get during your sleep. One other little suggestion that I have for those that are starting meditation is to use your phone to set a timer to meditate. I still do this all the time, where it's like, you know what? I'm in the middle of the day and I need to meditate. I want to meditate. So I'm going to put 10 minutes on my phone, or even 5 minutes if that's all you have, a break during work or something like that. Set your timer so that you know for the next 5 or 10 minutes, there's nothing that I have to do. There's no distractions. I'm just sitting here to be with myself, to find my core, pure awareness, to find my being. And then when the timer gets up, then you can continue to go about your day. But I'll guarantee you that at the end of that 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you might feel wonderful, wonderful. So once again, thank you for that. Now is our time to call in if you would like to ask a question about our discussion on stillness, or to request an angel reading. And the number to do so again is 240-979-6366. That's 240-979-6366. So while we go ahead and wait to see if we have a caller, I will first of all introduce our cards that we will be working with today, should you guys ask for a reading. We're going to be using the Angel Dreams Oracle cards by Melissa Virtue. These are very, very beautiful because they kind of go deep into subconscious symbols and symbols that we get in the deep psyche when we're in our dream state. So those will be fun. And the other cards that we'll be using are the Answer is Simple Oracle cards by Sonia Choquette. And these are great because they just give us such a direct sense of simple guided answers, very direct, simple answers. All right. Gosh, it looks like we already have a caller on. So caller, thank you so much for calling in and joining us today. If you could tell us your name and where you're calling from, I would love to learn more about you.
Hi, it's Kristen. I'm calling from Trinidad in the West Indies, in the Caribbean. I called in like twice before. So,
hi, Kristen.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling today. Thank you. It's great to hear your voice again.
Hello.
Hi. So what is your question? Or if you have a reading request, what is your reading request for today?
To be honest, I just would like to know, some things have been up and down in my life lately, and I just want to know like what to do or some guidance or whatever the angels have to tell me. I'm very open to it.
Yes, let's go ahead and see what we get. So I'm going to pull one card from that Angel Dreams Oracle card deck because this is going to give us guidance on any things that are happening at the spiritual level. You've been experiencing things that are going up and down, and we're going to see what's happening kind of underneath the surface at the spiritual level, but also we'll look at the surface too because I'll pull a couple of cards just to see what we get from just everyday stuff going on in life from the Ansel is Simple Oracle cards. So first card that we get, yes, is the this is the Obsidian card from the Angel Dreams Oracle card deck. So obsidian is a stone. It's a crystal. It's a kind of mineral that is excellent for grounding yourself and for shielding yourself. This is a sign when you get this card that essentially says what will really, really help you during this time is to get yourself grounded. When there are lots of changes happening in life, or when things feel like they're a runaway train, or we kind of don't have a sense of what the long-term answer or outcome is going to be, it's so incredibly helpful to get ourselves safely rooted and grounded. And that can be in our physical body through very simple things such as self-care. And I'm also hearing your angels say by slowing down. Your angels are saying divine timing as well. They're saying slow down and trust the things that are happening right now, because even if you don't see a lot of results on the surface as to, again, giving you a sense of real resolutions and things have worked themselves out now, I know what things are going to be, there's something that's working underneath the surface, according to them, that is making your path come about in a way that's even better than before. So if you had your sights set on something or any expectations that you felt, kind of attached to, but that haven't worked out yet, or there were things that just didn't work out the way that you hoped they would, your angels are essentially saying, trust it, trust it, trust it. That's all going to be okay right now. And everything's coming about in perfect timing so that you get an even better outcome or result than maybe what you were first attached to hoping, would be the outcome. This is cool. So you have three other cards again, as I pulled from the Answer is Simple deck. And this is interesting because the very first card actually already reflects something the angels just already said for us, which is that idea of self-care. This card says, give yourself the best. Give yourself the best. So this is a card saying that essentially the events in your life right now, and especially, again, the timing, they keep saying timing, timing, timing. If things are not happening in the timing that you want, don't worry, because it's all part of, kind of what's protecting you almost. It feels like that's protecting you, and it's helping you to ensure that doors that open will be doors that won't waste your time, that the opportunities that you attach to are things that are really worthwhile, and it's the best outcome that you'll want. So know that you've given a tall order to the universe. So it'll just take a little bit of time for the universe to go back into the kitchens and to bring it out, to your table to give you what you want. But again, that's okay. And we can really, really trust that. The second card is the Change the Scenery card. Change the Scenery. So this is a card that can tell us that it can be really, really helpful to shift in the environment that we're in, but particularly the angels are focusing on your mental or inner focus, the mental environment, if that makes sense. So they're saying that if you've been focusing, hoping for, maybe one specific thing, again, that your mind might be attached to as far as you want to happen as an outcome, the angels are saying, just let go of it. Like mailing a letter to God. You've got to let go of the envelope. You got to let it out of your hand and put it in the mailbox and mail it before, you'll really be able to manifest and then wait to receive the answer, sort of thing. So they're saying no need to over worry or over focus on the things that you're manifesting and hoping for in your life right now. Change the scenery, clear your thoughts, clear your mind, take a vacation, take a little break, and then notice that things are going to come in the right timing for you. The angels are also adding one other little point. They're saying that there's there are other people, or there's a difference in the people around you that is involved in helping to make this positive change that they're helping to attract into your life. So people changes. That's another little thing to kind of watch for. Someone new might step in, or someone who you're already connected with might have a little change of heart, or offer something different, with regard to your life. So that will feel definitely good in moving things forward with your creative endeavors, with your creative pursuits. Speaking of creative things, the final card is the create card. So that works out great. Create. I'm hearing your angels say that you are really, really not limited in terms of what you want to do. Particularly, they're showing us right now surrounding your career life and making money and making opportunities around you. They want you to know that if you've been waiting for, permission from someone else or, somebody to hand you the opportunity and that sort of thing, you don't have to wait to be picked to go and do it. Just start doing it. Just start creating, just start being, just start putting yourself out there. And I'm hearing the angels also add in the message self-starter. You have the power to be a self-starter and getting things going with your life. And they want you to know too that you've been receiving some signs from above, signs from heaven that are leading you to let you know that you're on the right track. Because let me tell you, the inspirations that you've been creatively getting recently, especially with regard to maybe putting yourself out there more, to opening yourself to a wider audience or getting feedback from others on your creative work, those inspirations are right on track. Those inspirations are pieces of guidance from your angels. So listen to them and notice any signs that come up to, again, tell you that you're on the right track. Any questions or thoughts or anything on that so far?
I'm like speechless. You've been so, I don't know, that was just so on point, like so on target, because I've been really working at my career and like getting my financial independence, and it's been daunting. So I'm going to let it go. I think that was my thing. I just wasn't letting it go.
Yes.
So thank you so much for that. And like with regards to create, that is all I do. That's my career. Everything is creativity, like doing creative work, and that's me. So yeah, I've been really trying to work towards getting myself out there, but I've been getting some kind of stalls. So that was what I was talking about with timing. So, but
amazing.
Yeah, I've been trying to launch my business.
Yes.
Target
there. Good. Oh, I'm so glad. And, I'm being reminded again of that quote that we were talking about earlier from Eckhart Tolle that said that all artists, whether they know it or not, create from a place of inner stillness, a place from no mind. So
that resonated me very deeply.
Yes.
very, very deeply.
Yes. And even I'm hearing the angels add, they're saying business is the same way. Business is the same way. Even we don't think of business in that way, kind of making our creative, inspired parts of us make money first. We don't think of it that way because it's such a linear, rational thinking, directive work kind of thing that we do. But the angels are saying that from that inner plane of stillness as well, you can find a lot of inspiration and a lot of guidance with regard to the business side of things. And they want you to know that there's an invisible force that is kind of governing law of attraction around you so that you can make sure to attract the business opportunities you need in this too. So you're on the right track. You're definitely in the right field. That creative energy feels like 1,000 little butterflies flying around. It's just rich and beautiful. So keep going. And again, divine timing. There's some new doors that are opening and divine timing for you to give you the best of opportunities. All right.
Thank you so much.
To the callers who come through and ask a question, the guidance they get is for all of us. That guidance applies to you probably in some way, shape, or form in your own life. So contemplate on that a little bit and just see where that goes. Trust the path ahead. In fact, since we have a moment, I'm going to pull a couple of cards to get us a general reading for everybody who's listening, just something directed at all of us so we can take a little piece of inspiration into our lives. I'm hearing the angels right away tune in and say that there are a lot of us listening who have a lot of questions about their direction with regard to their career and their life purpose. And being able to, of course, to support yourselves financially, to make money off of that, to make your dreams come true so that, you can spend and devote all of your time, working on your special life purpose oriented thing. So I pulled 3 cards once again from the Answer is Simple Oracle cards to kind of give us our practical surface guidance. And let's pull one card one more time from the Angel Dreams Oracle card deck to give us a sense of our deeper spiritual guidance behind all of this. So first card that we got from Angel Dreams is the Hawthorn card. Hawthorn. Hawthorn is a plant, and it represents balance. It represents harmony and balance in your life. The message that I'm receiving very strong for all of us who are listening today is the fact that we need to create order and balance in our lives. We need, in other words, to have an equal balance between work and play, or giving and doing, and receiving, and feeling, and allowing. Because if you want to exhale, you have to inhale, kind of thing. If you want to be inspired by something, you have to give yourself time to rest, to contemplate, to let things kind of marinate in your mind. So again, just like with Kristen's reading that we just did, it's all about knowing that you've planted some good seeds, and divine timing is going to bring those up and about at the right time for you. For someone else that's listening as well, I'm hearing the angels say that this Hawthorn card is a message that says, balance your energy by spending time in nature. Getting into nature is really going to be helpful, especially connecting with the elemental kingdom. Somebody needs that to de-stress, to play, to get in nature, and to get back to your roots. Nature is another way to remind us of who we truly are, by the way, because nature is resplendent with that energy of divine presence. So you'll find it there if you go out and play in it. All right, let's go ahead, and I'm going to turn over our cards from the Answer is Simple deck, and this is beautiful. So the first card is a card that says, say I'm sorry. Say I'm sorry. This is a card where I'm hearing the angels say that it's help in terms of adjusting your relationship with yourself in the situation. The angels are saying that a lot of you who are listening are people who work really hard or put very high expectations on themselves. So if you're a perfectionist and you're listening to this and you're going, yeah, maybe that's me, your message for yourself today is just to say, I'm going to take the pressure off myself. I'm going to stop pressuring so hard and being such a perfectionist, and I'm going to take a moment just to be kind to myself and forgive maybe the aspect of myself that was perfectionistic and pushing me so much. Clear in your relationship with yourself. Know that too, when it comes to productivity and trying to be effective and get your life purpose stuff done, your career work done, there is so much to do with that has to do with your relationship with yourself. If you treat yourself really, really well, and you can balance your life, as we saw before with that Hawthorn card, it's a lot easier to operate into work from a place that is inspired and a place that gives you a much broader view of the kinds of solutions or inspirations that might be available to you than if you are completely just sort of stuck in a space that says, I'm pushing myself really hard, or I'm afraid. And know too that perfectionism, it comes from fear. Essentially, that's what it does. It's the fear that maybe I won't be enough, that I won't achieve what it is that I want to achieve, or maybe a fear that I will achieve what I want to achieve. It can be the same thing. So release that fear. The angels are saying, we will hold your hands and walk with you into the dawn, into the horizon, into your destiny. Don't fear the unknown. We'll be with you every step of the way. So no need to pressure yourself out of fear, to push yourself out of fear. The second card is the Dare to Be Happy card. I love that. Dare to be happy. Dare to be happy. So this is a card that is telling us essentially, again, if you've got balance in your life, you've got inspiration to make your dreams come true with regard to life purpose. Dare to be happy, which means spend some time playing. If you're working on something and you've been racking your brain trying to get things done and productive, and you don't seem to be getting anywhere, maybe you're spinning your wheels a little bit, or it's having a detrimental effect on your health or your state of mind, just take a break. It's time to take a little break and to dare to be happy, to play, to get out and dream and enjoy life, enjoy the simple things, get in touch with your inner child and take care of that part of yourself, because that part of yourself is really, really deeply connected to your inner plane of inspiration, that infinite potentiality that we were talking about before. So take care of your needs. That's very important. last thing, your angels are adding in too. They're saying that when you are happy, you are most creative. When you are happy, you're in touch with your most brilliant, intelligent side. So you deserve to take care of that side of you. The third and final card from the angel, the answer is simple oracle cards, is lend a hand. Oh my gosh, right away I'm hearing a really strong message from this. The angels are chiming in and they're saying, focus on service. Lend a hand, focus on service. If you're wondering what to do next in your career or what to do next with your idea or your creative work, refocus and ask yourself, what can I do or my work do to help someone else? When you do that, when you focus on service or making your mark or your contribution to the world, shining your light, in other words, everything just kind of elevates to this high, beautiful, beautiful level where success will just fly right into your hands, right into your situation. Because when you tell the universe, how may I serve? The universe answers right back and it says, how may I serve you? So serve others, focus on how you may help and heal, and know that the happiness actually comes through that. There's immense happiness and joy that comes just from the act of sharing, the passion of sharing something from one heart to another. And honestly, I just heard the angels add something that I think is super cool. They're saying everybody does that. That's what everyone's life purpose is, no matter what form your career or your work might take. Whether you are a farmer, you're a writer, you're a singer, you're a builder, you're a nurse or a doctor, you're a social worker, everything that all of us are doing, it's all about touching one another at the level of the heart. It's about making connections in the end, functioning as a whole, functioning as a unified whole society or world, global kind of civilization that is sewn together by way of this love thing, by the spirit, by this service of love. So just know that that's going to elevate everything that you're doing and bring in incredible ideas and incredible opportunities to share your gift is when you focus on sharing and serving. All right, beautiful. Well, it looks as if we're actually coming to the end of our time for today. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. As usual, it's just been such an honor and an inspiration to connect with all of you. And I wanted to, of course, share that we will be live every month on Project Bring Me to Life, bringing you these spiritual discussions and angel messages. So the date for our next show is going to be Thursday, October 19th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern for the next show. And I haven't decided on a topic yet, guys. I would tell you if I knew what it was going to be, but I haven't decided quite yet. So usually I ask the angels, I ask them, what do you want me to talk about? What should I talk with them about this time? So if you have any suggestions, maybe you do, you can go ahead and message me them on social media or something like that. Maybe we'll brainstorm some ideas, but we'll see. It's a mystery. Whatever it is, it'll be great, I'm sure. I always have so much fun with you guys. And of course, know too that my shows are recorded and available to listen to as podcasts on iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, at Spreaker.com, that's Spreaker.com, and on the app for Android, Stitcher, that's Stitcher. I will be posting the YouTube links for the podcast on my social media pages if you'd like to listen in again or share them with a friend. So you can connect with me on Facebook at facebook.com/SarahHall11111111 or follow me on Twitter at SarahFim444, that's SerahPhim444, or follow me on Instagram at SarahHall444, that's SarahHall 444. And if you'd like to connect with me for a private reading, a spiritual coaching, or a healing session, you can visit my website at www.sarahhall.com. That's SarahHall.com. And I would just want you guys to know that I have been so loving getting to know you. For those that have gotten readings and healing sessions with me, I think that you're all amazing and you truly inspire me. So thank you for that. I really enjoy connecting in that way. Anyways, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Know that I'm sending you lots of love, and stay tuned to the Project Bring Me to Life Network for more beautiful podcasts, radio, and special things like that. Know until next time that you are so loved and so very blessed. Bye, guys.